Now, this may come as something of a shock because it appears that the former royal known as the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, definitely wants removal from the British royal family website. Absolutely 100%. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. And as ever, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for your lovely comments about the recent sort of video we put up about the, shall we say, hidden murders of London. Now, fascinating stuff, isn't it? When you just, I mean, it is like that around the world, isn't it? I'm sure it's like that in your part of the world. There's some history because history is just created all the time. But when it's sort of when you're walking past and you think, oh, I've heard of this place, you just can't help but sort of get, we're nosy, aren't we? You kind of think, wow, terrible story, you know, really terrible sort of story when you think about it. But so many things went on in the darkened days just after the Second World War. It must have been incredibly difficult for the police to work out who was telling the truth. Everybody had papers, documents, uniforms. Incredible story. If you get a chance, do check it out. Obviously, we keep everything up online exclusively and free for you. Back as ever, though, to your breaking roll story of the day. That's right, you see, Meghan Markle would like to be removed from the British royal family website. This may come as pleasing sounds to many people around the world, in particular here in the United Kingdom, who would like to see the removal of the former royals full time. This is because, of course, there are ongoing battles within the British monarchy. And really, you know, if you look at it, what do they actually do as part of the royal family? I mean, Prince Andrew's not there, is he? The former Duke of York. But what I find more fascinating is as you dig deeper with these particular stories, and as I say, you look at certain people and think, well, they do a lot of work, and it is nice to read up about, you know, the charities they're associated with and what their plans are and all that sort of stuff. But really, as ever with Harry and Meghan, it's never about, you know, the good stuff. It's always about the things that they really feel very strongly about. I know I've often said this, but you know, do you remember that now phrase? I think it was from the whatever magazine they did. I can't remember, it was Time magazine. And this cook, this chef said they go running towards trouble. No, they just go running towards creating a nuisance. This is because Meghan Markle, according to a very well-placed source, and as ever, we have to say allegedly, hates this picture. She doesn't like that particular picture, so much so that upon putting it up, she reached out to all concerned to say, look, I have better pictures than that, you know. Bottom line is, I just don't like it. Now, apparently the reason why Meghan doesn't like this particular picture is she doesn't think it's very flattering. She doesn't like her nose in it, doesn't like the outfit, and you know, she just doesn't like it. Now, one could only surmise perhaps maybe she was going to submit one of the many pictures from that recent variety shoot, you know, some strange pictures there where they're not. Maybe even one from the recent variety red carpet where she's dressed in beige to blend in. Either way, that particular request for removal fell on deaf ears, so a lot of people might suggest that while His Majesty the King perhaps is not as vocal and strident and maybe, you know, pushing as hard as he should back, maybe silence is sometimes better. The picture remains, so far so do they, but there is growing sort of, shall we say, anger over here that they want them removed from the royal website. I would say that this is going to be the very first thing that happens prior to the titles. But either way, strange to think that Meghan can't bear to look at the British royal website, not because of her relatives, she just doesn't like the picture. You can understand that, can't you? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.